I grew up in a part of the Bronx called Fordham. There was a park in the middle of this very urban neighborhood where we used to hang out in, and behind this old black fence was a very interesting and strange cottage. We never ever questioned what was behind that black fence as kids. Once in a while we would walk by and stare and wonder what was inside. We knew that the park was called Poe Park, but we never made the connection that this cottage was 100 years old or more, and in it Edgar Allan Poe lived with his wife in 1845. As I got older and I would walk by this park, I would always get a strange sensation, almost as if the house had a voice. I couldn't put my finger on it. I hadn't yet discovered that I had a psychic ability. So getting the chance to enter that home after decades of seeing it from the outside was very profound for me. I always wanted to see what it looked like inside, how he lived, his furniture, the lighting, or just to get a feeling of that era. So when I walked around the home, I began to feel this very deep and soulful energy. Looking around at his statue or his writing desk and the picture of him on the wall, it would send this very interesting vibration through me, almost as if I knew him or he knew me. I can't explain it. There's a lot that I can't explain doing the work that I do. I've just been flowing with it for so many years. So as a channeler, receiving messages from those who are on the other side, who are well known, that comes across as peculiar to people. They're able to understand me connecting to their loved ones, but not a famous figure, as if that person is on another level. But they're a soul just like our relatives or me or you. We all have to cross over. So when I walk through a home, I feel the energies in the furniture. When I touch the walls, it's as if the very molecules of the house are still holding that special energy. So I think that Mr. Poe really was writing works of soulfulness rather than horror or the macabre. He used that as a way to show what darkness was and how to come out of it. He had a very complicated life from what I know. But when I channeled him, it was as if this wise, philosophical person was there. A person that walked the same streets that I walked when I was a kid. When I look at his face, I can feel that there were so many layers to him. So I just let myself go in this channeling to share a message, and it was just the right timing. I'm so glad that I was there for that. I think that these things are meant to be. So I hope you take this message and understand it and meditate on it, because he's very much watching and alive. Thanks. This is a very special place that I'm in right now. This is one of the last homes of Mr. Poe. I grew up not too far from here, and every time I've walked by this site, I've always felt that there was something that I was supposed to say. And as I got older and became a medium, I realized it was something that I needed to channel. So tonight, in the spirit of this season, I'm going to do that. Thank you. Is fear a natural emotion? Are you born with fear? Oh, it again. Takes me a minute to go deeper. Some are afraid of what they know, and some are afraid of what they do not know. Some are said to be afraid of the light, some are said to be afraid of darkness. And if darkness is what you feel, then there must be something in it for you that is a gift. Your life is a story, and fear is one of the forces that moves it forward and never moves it backwards. Though you retreat when you are afraid, you learn to stand your ground, and you also learn to move forward from fear. And some say fear and love cannot exist in the same space, for it is an entirely different frequency. How you are telling the story of your life as a spirit, as a human, will dictate whether this story is one that is macabre, dark, eerie, ghastly, or an exploration of light. How you are moving into what you are at the highest understanding. Your life can be fraught with neglect and rejection, as mine was in certain moments. To feel alone, to not trust, to see goodwill or good fortune as suspect, the intentions of others can keep you in fear, wondering if they are there to hurt you or a product of your imagination. If fear is a product of your imagination, then use this in your creative efforts. In your creative efforts, you will find a freedom if there is an authenticity to that which you are expressing. This carries a potency, a beating of a heart within you, and you will find yourself through this. Life itself is not suffering, though you will suffer from it through your interpretation of what you have experienced, how you are telling your stories, how you were born, how you lived, how you suffered, and how you died. Some die 1,000 deaths in one day. They are so compelled by love and so sensitive that they die throughout They're breathing life and are reborn with deeper understanding. Around you in the world of chaos, fear and violence, you must be true to the light that is within you. As you light a candle or a fireplace, or the creative fire that burns in your belly, or the torch that you hold for the beliefs that you carry, the light is the truth. That is what it represents for you. I would say that in that life that you recognize me, the expression of myself as a teller of tales, of truths, I would say that the stories were of love, not of hate, fear, or death, though they were told using these tools. The only reason, perhaps, that you saw them as such and felt them as dark were because you are yourself love and light. Otherwise, you would not recognize them as such. Here in this time, this intersection of our path, the transmission through which you are receiving this information and expression, this channel that is open, represents your connection to your highest vision and creative truth of yourselves. Life is joy, but the magic can express itself in many different emotions, and through those channels you discover deeper magic and the root of all creation, which is love. I created from love. And as my journey continues, the potency of expression is now multiplied and magnified for those who can receive it. And as your society evolves, you will develop this receptivity, not only with your creative source, but all energies that continue onward in the life force that wish to share this with you. So do not succumb to fears. Use them to understand yourself and move forward with love, and that your stories, whether it is through writing, song, expressions of love, relate to your loved ones, works of art, dance, whether they are in the quiet moments of your life or more of your vocation and your ambition. Know that they are not only what you create, but what then recreates you. Your creations are there to bring more life to you as you breathe more life into them. And so the openness of your heart is the key that opens more and more. Do not forget this. from your darkest moments, you are given the opportunity to reveal the light within. This is a strength and a resonance that is eternal. And so do not be afraid of movements, trends, or styles, for the only signature that you imprint on all that you create is the truth of yourself. Surrender to the magic of how to express this with grace and eloquence. So that you may see yourself and see others as well. That is what is the light. There is an energy that lives in the ink, the paper, and the bindings of books, from the molecules of the bark of the tree to the ink and the plants from which it comes, the life force that beats and pulses in the book, carries within it a message and many messages for you. Cherish those books. We feel that they are made of nature and carry the stories in a powerful way. You will always be fond of the books that you keep and share. Do not let this tradition fall away to ages past. A perfect world blends the old and the new. The material and the spiritual. For all is sacred. Be well.